See, as far as the Palestinians are concerned, I have a question. There are a lot of people that believe they're anti-Zionist, but they're not really. They are pro-Palestinian. There's a difference. Here's the difference. If, let's say, here's a question theoretical for all you guys. Let's say there would be a two-state solution, and the Palestinians would be happy with it. Let's just say. And the Israelis would be happy with it. Let's say even the Palestinians get 95% of the territory, and Israelis get 5% in the Negev desert. Let's just say. And everybody's happy. Are you happy? Why not? Well, I'm not happy. You know why? Because everything I just said about this is still true. Every objection to Zionism that I just mentioned, every nonsensical idea that Zionism has, every bad idea that Zionism has, still exists. The Palestinians happen to have been in the place that the Zionists wanted. But if you want the Palestinians to be safe, doesn't mean you have anything against Zionism. If the Zionists would have taken Uganda and done the entire thing without any problem with, they would have invented a gigantic island, built an island floating around like Noah's Ark in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and I would have the exact same problems that I have. Zionism would be the problem. See, the Soviet Union, if the Soviet Union attacks Afghanistan, it doesn't mean that communism, you're against communism because you're against the attack of Afghanistan. You're against attacking Afghanistan. Communism is an ideology and Zionism is an ideology, and it drives everything they do. I say, if you want to make peace, the best thing for everybody in the world is to attack this Zionism. Zionism means what Israel is to the Jews is the same, Israel is to the Jews what France is to the French. Israel has to be to the Israelis what France is to the French. Then you have one democracy. The reason why Israel can't be a democracy, and it's not me saying that, Mayor Kahana, who nobody would claim to be an anti-Zionist, said you cannot have a Jewish state and a democratic state. John Kerry said the same thing. Choose your poison, Kahana or Kerry. If it's a Jewish state, it's the state of the Jews, not the state of the Israelis. That's the issue. That's why all of this is happening. Israel must be exposed as the state of the Israelis, not the Jews, but this is all in our minds. The more we look at Israel as the Jewish state, the more we think Israel represents the Jews, the more we say Israel speaks in the name of the Jews, the more we look at Netanyahu as a Jewish leader as opposed to an Israeli leader, we are supporting Zionism. Zionism is up here, it's in the mind. It's a delusion that it doesn't make any sense, it's self-contradictory, it's a delusion. But it's a delusion that as long as people are fooled into thinking it's true, it's like the Wizard of Oz, you know, where you have this whole fake world. That's what it is. It's a delusion. So the solution is, look, this is not a short-term solution. I'm not telling you how to end the war. I don't know how to do that, and it's not within my power, but I do know how to end Zionism. If everybody in the world would just look at Israel as having nothing to do with the Jewish people, has to do with the Israelis. I mean, even Hamas in their latest paper that they gave out, they said, we have nothing against the Jews. It's Zionism that we're against. If everybody would agree with that, but that Israel has nothing to do with the Jews. Israel has nothing to, which means like this. You know what this means? This means that never refer to Israel as the Jewish state. It's the Israeli state. If somebody does refer to Israel as the Jewish state, correct them. If you meet a Jew who's a Zionist, you see, you want to know what percentage of Jews are Zionists? They won't tell you what Zionism means. If you say Zionism means, you know, Jews have a right to self-determination. Who's going to disagree with that? I mean, the Palestinians can say, you know what pro-Palestinian means? Palestinians shouldn't be killed. Who's going to disagree with that? You think Palestinians shouldn't be killed? You're pro-Palestinian. Anybody could make whatever definitions they want. The real definition of Zionism, according to Zionist law, is that Israel is to the Jews what France is to the French, meaning America is not my country, Israel is my country. You ask one of these Zionist Jews, is America your country? Would you spy on Israel for America? Would you spy on America for Israel? If the answer is no, if you think you're an American, by nationality, you are not a Zionist. You are directly opposed to Zionism. And the Zionists won't tell you this because they just want Zionism to be, go support Israel, give them money so they can do whatever they want. And I'll tell you something else, and many people will not be happy with this. About 50-50, right, Fatima? It's about 50-50. But if we want to be intellectually consistent, this is really the thing. Many times, people come to me and ask me, okay, you're anti-Zionist? Fine. Now, first they come to me as if I'm a Zionist. They assume because I'm Jewish. Guy comes to me and says, yeah, your country. I said, you mean America, United States? He says, no. I said, you mean Israel? He says, yes. I said, I'm American. I'm insulted. But then people come to me and say, well, you're Jewish? You should come protest with us by the next Palestinian protest. I say, hold on a second. You said because I'm Jewish? Why, because I'm Jewish, does my presence have a bigger standing? Is it more meaningful at a Palestinian protest? Are the Palestinians fighting the Jews? No. Are the Jews the combatants over here? No. So why? Because if I would be Israeli, and you say, you know what, you're Israeli, come to the Palestinian protest, that may, you guys remember Jane Fonda? Jane Fonda in the days of the Vietnam War, I'm old enough to remember it, you guys are still in college, so either you're not doing well at all, or you're not old enough to remember it. And so everybody was against the Vietnam War, all the Americans, and there was the celebrity Jane Fonda, who was a big anti-war activist, and she one time did a bad thing. She meant well, but she went to North Vietnam, who was our enemy. It was us in the south against North Vietnam, and posed with a anti-aircraft North Vietnamese tank. Now, even the people who were anti the Vietnam War didn't want American planes shot out of the sky. But that's the impression that Jane Fonda gave. Now, Jane Fonda's presence over there demoralized Americans because even an American is on the side of North Vietnam. Okay? And in the ancient times, the ancient armies would put deserters from their enemy who they're fighting in the front lines to show the enemy that to demoralize them. Now, here's a question. If the Palestinians want a Jane Fonda, what type of person are you looking for? Even so-and-so is on our side. You want Israelis, you want Zionists. If you're looking for Jews, then you're a Zionist, I hate to tell you. If you think that a Jew is the Jane Fonda was an American. It was an America against North Vietnam. And even an American is protesting with the North Vietnamese. I'd love feedback on this. But if you want a Jew to say even a Jew is protesting with the Palestinians, what that implies, nested in there, invariably is that the Jews are the combatants here, and the only way that makes sense is if Israel is the state of the Jews, and if Israel is the state of the Jews, it's not the state of the Israelis, and what the Palestinians want is that Israel should not be the state of the Jews. It should be the state of the citizens. So you cannot say that Israel is the state of the Jews and be pro-Palestinian or pro-Palestinian cause. You can't have both.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and follow this channel for more videos. Peace.